Now, that was a lot that we just kind of gave you right there. So this morning we have Fox 4's financial expert, Adam Bruno, to kind of break all of this down. So currency manipulation, it's something that we have been saying all morning long. Can you kind of tell us what that means and why is this such a concern?
So what that means is that China has, and a lot of people would argue intentionally, done nothing to halt this decline that we saw in their currency yesterday. Now, what has happened since President Trump has come on the news and said that they are manipulating their currency is we've seen it already start to stabilize this morning. So we see it coming back up to a stable level. So this was all, I feel it was all posturing because President Trump, of course, said he was going to imply, and he was going to do 10% tariffs and then China responds. So the big thing here, though, Lauren, is that what we're seeing is like the little boy that goes into the ocean and yells shark. We don't really know if there's a shark, but it creates all this panic, which is why you saw the market do what it did yesterday. So.
And you say everything has really balanced out since yesterday. So overnight there have been some changes. So what is the update with that?
Well, so far, I mean, futures this morning look a lot higher, and futures are how we tell kind of what the market's going to do because while we're asleep, other markets are open, right? So it looks like we're going to be back to a stable level with our stock market and the currency itself. China's currency has already risen this morning after being accused of being, of course, currency manipulators. And listen, the whole thing here is China's currency, there's a lot of people that would argue that China's currency has been undervalued for years. And it's intentional that that happens. But it happens with other countries as well. So we can't just single out China. But it is a well-known fact that their currency has always been a little bit undervalued. It's just President Trump calling attention to it now. And now we see this war of words. And hopefully it doesn't lead to a trade war.
And so why is currency manipulation something that China would use? How would this benefit them?
So this was a direct result. I don't know if you remember, but the Fed cut rates last week by 25 basis points. And of course, that means interest rates are lower now. But the big thing is that in response to that, as soon as that happened, President Trump then came out and said, you know, these 10% tariffs are going to be, they're going to be enacted on China. Now, this is China's response to that by just allowing the currency to fall and not stepping in and doing anything about it because every country has a way to stabilize their currency if something happens. China chose to do nothing in this event. So this is just firing across the bow and seeing who's going to blink first right now.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Always enlightening to have you on the show.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.